3, 2, 1.
You know, when they record shows in Japan, it's customary to censor the guitars because you can't show any of that on Japanese television. They gotta censor it, like they censor the penises and the vaginas.
I get it. It's like there's like an editor out there, but whatever. Welcome to
It's too sexually charged watching someone twiddle those strings, you know.
We get it.
I'm doing the action, just getting you.
We get it. It's a bomb, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Lucas, bro. You're fun. Welcome to River Nation News Podcast. I'm trying to.
Hello.
I'm trying to maintain bridges here.
I'm going to work on tanking the pod. And I'm going to
There
sabotage.
All right, you take it over, MacGregor. I'm out of the game.
Right.
Movies.
So yeah,
What's up?
we'll open with some movie news, shall we say? Something I found intriguing. Have you guys heard about this upcoming movie coming out, Dune Part 2?
Whoa, Dune Part 2. Very exciting. Gonna be a great flick.
Are you guys, it's kind of an exciting, big budget sci-fi adaptation, classic literature. Everyone's got their eyes on this.
Dude, biggest movie of the season.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening on the marketing end that people have been talking about. Everyone's talking about the popcorn bucket.
Everybody's talking about Dune.
Yeah, we don't need to cover the popcorn bucket. It looks like a weird alien fleshlight moving on.
The people love worms.
Yeah. What's really piquing my interest...
What's up?
Is that Josh Brolin. I don't know if you guys have heard this.
What character is he? Can you describe his character?
He plays Gurney Halleck, who's like a general guy.
He plays
like
this
bad
real,
guy,
like,
general guy.
he's very cool. He's this gruff, old fighter. He's like got scars all over his face. He's tough as shit.
Yeah.
And he's friends with Zendaya and Tom?
More or less, yeah.
I like it because of that. All right, what were you saying?
So Josh Brolin, the actor.
Okay.
As like a kind of little like primer promo material, he and the director of photography teamed up, and the DP, I forget the guy's name, he took pictures behind the scenes of like, people in costume scenes, that kind of stuff. And Josh Brolin, famous actor, has been writing poetry attached to that. And he released one of the poems about Timothy Chalamet.
I saw like a parody of this.
So I'm going to read the poem.
Okay.
Read it out.
Josh Brolin, 50-something-year-old man. I believe he's married.
Yeah.
I believe he may even have children. This is a poem he wrote about Timothy Chalamet, a man in his late 20s.
Give us a dramatic
Here it
reading.
is.
Yeah, give it your all.
I'm going to do it in my best Josh Brolin impression.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Your face is etched by adolescence. Your cheekbones jump toward what are youth-laden eyes that slide down a prominent nose and onto lips of a certain poetry. And the way you hold my gaze makes me fear my own age, because something in me tells me you're going to offer me something, and for now, I'm not sure it's going to be something I want anymore.
Oh!
Now, I don't know about you guys.
Damn, bro.
But I read this and I was like, did Josh Brolin have an awakening on the set of Dune?
Feel Josh Brolin's
bro.
Penis expanding as he's writing.
The Old Boy remake fucking made me hate him, but like, is that the same guy?
Josh Brolin.
What?
Josh Brolin? Is that the same
Why
guy?
do
Josh?
you?
No, am I?
Every time I name an actor, you're like, oh, in this movie,
I'm that guy. But I've always.
It's like, yes, he's been in bad movies.
I'm just saying I don't like him normally. I'm sorry. I'm such a bad guy. You guys hate me. No.
Anyway, he he wants to have sex with Timothy Chalamet. Have you read? There's a second poem.
There's a second poem.
A second Josh Brolin poem has hit the
Timothy Chalamet.
He wrote a poem about Florence Pugh, which is centered on him watching her sleep on set.
Whoa.
It's less interesting. There's more going on, but that's where I'll leave it. Is he's watching these young actors sleep on the set of Dune.
Right. If I'm Josh Brolin's wife,
these are grounds for divorce. You show this to a judge, you're getting 100% of the estate.
Do I hand this to the family counselor? He's like, oh, we can get him on this for sure.
You're getting the kids, no visitation, no parental rights, all of that.
I don't know. Did you have other Dune news? I'm not
It's probably going to be a great movie. We should cover it on the pod when it comes out.
I gotta watch it. Let's do a double feature. I won't watch it until we cover it on the pod because I haven't felt the need to watch it until then. This has been a
Well, watch one on your own. And then two in the theater.
I won't watch one until 2 comes out, and then we'll cover it on the pod.
Watch 2, then watch 1. Just see what.
Give it the real experience, the Zack Snyder fucking proper version experience.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But
what do you think Timothy feels about? Because this is like the 3rd or 4th time like an older man has gotten real gay with him.
I mean, I guess if you look like Timothy Chalamet, you just got to be used to it, right?
You just got to be used to older guys who seem straight, just suddenly approach young Adonis.
Oh, yeah. He's the ultimate twink, bro.
Yeah.
He's got that twink magic, dude.
How old is he? He's
pushing 30. Yeah.
No.
I think he's like at least.
He
still looks
fully
19.
29 years old.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Still as fucking cute as ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, there's a reason Josh Brolin's writing about him. We can all admit that.
I mean, here, what I think is yes, being gay is not a choice, but that doesn't necessarily mean you were born gay. Sometimes gayness is just dragged out of you, and once the genie's out of the bottle, there's nothing you can do.
Some men are born gay, some men have gayness thrust upon them.
I believe Josh Brolin was a fully heterosexual man, wasn't homophobic in any, was just cared about his wife, loved, and then he saw Timothy Chalamet doing the jihad, and he was like, oh my god. Oh my god.
He saw that popcorn bucket and it really got some things stirring.
He saw that popcorn bucket and he thought of
all that time he spent.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah, see, now you guys, I'm letting you guys go. See, now you guys are free flow now. Let's go. But, do you guys want to move on to movies?
Hold on, I got one more piece of movie news.
Alright, let's move on
and
to
actually,
movie
this
news.
is great because you know this, because this is your big claim to fame. This is your headline. This happened to you. Do you remember this?
This happened to my buddy Eric?
Yeah. Man removed from Madam Web screening for masturbating to Sydney Sweeney. Oh, callback. Oh, God.
We have an exclusive interview with the perpetrator, Adrian.
I can't. Did someone pay your bail? What happened?
Right. Oh, so I texted her. And she it took her like 2 hours to respond. Fuck, god damn it! It's so embarrassing because she left me on red for so long, and she usually doesn't do that, and I it's so embarrassing.
She usually replies all the time.
Yeah, I'm
usually me and Sydney's relationship is just rock solid, but this time
on WhatsApp she hits me back all the time, but over text, I don't understand.
She was supposed to be here today. Things have gotten rocky between her. I don't want to really speak on it right now.
Oh, we'll
Sydney, babe, I love you. If you're I'm very media trained.
You're willing to let bygones be bygones.
If she's supposed to be friends, I'll yeah. But,
I mean, in that case, you got her number, right?
Yeah, she I got the date, bro. It was all worth it. I don't know. Riff over. You guys want to talk about Fooly Cooly? I don't know. Got any more?
We could talk. We could start Fooly Cooly.
Let's talk about Fooly Cooly.
I guess I should introduce it since I did it. I don't know if it's going to be a fun conversation. No, it is going to be a fun conversation. I love it, bro. It's so much fun. Fooly Cooly.
Did you pull your shit up?
I didn't pull my shit up.
You lost your fucking internet browser?
Stop now.
No.
No.
No. Leave all this in.
Dude, I cut this shit out normally. This is not fun.
You're not cutting shit out.
We're going to have to wait for this to load and look up Fooly Cooly IMDb. This is definitely
for
out.
Alright, well, let's do we'll do
for the uninitiated.
Fooly
Cooly is a Japanese animated series spelled FLCL, 6-part miniature series, 6 episodes of half
of greatness.
So it's feature length essentially. I'm talking around it. Fooly Cooly is the most insane fucking show anyone's ever put together.
Yeah, this was bizarre, strange. It wasn't a movie.
It's not a movie.
It wasn't a movie.
It is. We should, make sure the people at home know that on this movie podcast, we're not talking about a movie today.
Yeah, I'm just generally media pod.
But we
talk about
we have cinematic imagery to talk
plenty
about.
Plentifully, the Hateful Eight was made into like a mini series eventually. Like
that I'll never watch.
Dude, it's so good. I mean, it's not really so good. It's just like a fun way to watch it. They add a couple more scenes they shot. It's really not unnecessary. But Fooly Cooly.
It was original idea, original miniseries. Which
what do you guys think about my like assessment of Fooly Cooly, that it's like the worst anime to like get a compared to Death Note, like if you watch this first, like your first anime.
Because first things, this is like mecha anime. Which is like
that's why I realized it was fun. It might have been fun for you. Sorry.
It's its own, which is its own subgenre with its own tropes and things that I am not initiated into. And also, this was made by someone who was part of the Evangelion team.
This was not made by Hideaki Anno, who is the main guy on Evangelion.
Right, but it's a guy on the team, right?
A guy on the team who co-directed the movie End of Evangelion. Okay. And so that guy, the next thing he did was start work on Fooly Cooly. And I didn't know that while watching the show.
God damn, I didn't know. You did so much more research than me.
Oh yeah.
I just like the show.
So I was thinking maybe I should have seen Evangelion.
I gotta get you to watch.
Or any mecha anime before that, because I feel like
you would not have more context. I can tell you.
Maybe I would fucking love Evangelion if I like this.
Oh, you haven't seen Evangelion?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Are you guys into Adult Swim is like the. Was Evangelion on Adult Swim?
No, I think
Adult Swim this was on there because that's why I know it, because Adult Swim. That's what I was talking about for a little bit. Adult Swim is so I posted that moral fucking at Cartoon Network Studios thing on my Instagram story today because it's dude, Adult Swim has done so much for animation in America.
Adult Swim
so
is a
many
really
people,
solid,
Toonami specifically, every Saturday or Friday, Saturday night they would play a block of anime, and people got to know Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, fucking Fooly Cooly, fucking or Death Note, everything, dude. And it's so cool, the things that it's in Atlanta too, and it's the South, bro. It's the South, bro. My people, bro. About 3 hours around, I'm getting political. Go ahead. Wishes to see it.
You can't say the names of cities. It's too political.
Too mentioning geographic entities.
I had so many thoughts that were political after I said that I like the South.
So yeah, it's a weird thing about this show is that it got really popular in America as it was coming out, which is unusual. And I don't know why it was this show that did it. I don't know what
this show was so flagrantly it just showcases the stuff that I think American audiences especially are woefully unprepared for.
It's some of the most Japanese shit. It's entirely enmeshed in Japanese culture and influence and such. And I'm running out of things. I don't know what to say about this show. It defies words.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
so just to, I'm gonna describe just the basic plot.
Yeah. Tell us what happens.
So this child, this 12-year-old kid,
12-year-old boy,
he gets attacked by this woman on a moped.
Yeah, this lady shows up, whacks him in the face with a guitar.
And the wound from that strike causes mecha to come out of his forehead that he and her have to defeat.
They have
to some end.
They have badass anime fights with the shit that pops out of his own head.
Yeah.
And then, as the series goes on, there's more drama and tension and related to these things in his head and
and why she wants to fight the robots and all that stuff.
All the people around them interacting with himself.
Dude, this most of the time I hate the take that I'm about to tell you guys, but this movie this miniseries, this miniseries every time someone says you gotta turn your brain off and this is the one this is my guilty pleasure. This is a guilty pleasure movie for me for sure.
See, to me, this is a movie you have to turn your brain on to enjoy.
Yeah, you have to really listen.
Yeah,
to
you have to really think a lot and make a lot of compromises and negotiate with yourself as you're watching.
They have some they have some like really.
You have to acquiesce positions. You have to give up certain principles you once had.
Yeah.
You know.
They have like really like cool like thematic through lines. Like what do you guys think about like it like I mean like she was like a replacement for his brother whenever he left, and that was like that. Like, I was thinking before, like, why did his brother leave? But then I saw, like, oh, she, like, or he likes him because, or he likes her because she like, is kind of like his brother, but she's, like, also a pedophile.
Let me talk. Let me talk for a
Go
second.
ahead. Sorry.
I mentioned to you that I have opinions on this, and you told me to wait for the podcast.
Let's go.
I'm gonna reveal. I watched this show, had no clue what to think about it. Thought about it for a few days, and like read some essays and responses about this show. Yeah. I really, really like this program. I think it's very good and very well made and very sort of, I don't know, thematically cohesive. But it does its best to hide that from you when you're watching it. Yeah. There's a lot going on, and it's all related. It's a very, like, it's coming of age. It's about growing up. It's about the sort of masks we wear to each other. It's about the lies we tell to ourselves. And all of that is told through the story of this very old woman trying to have sex with this very young boy. And that's why it's so fucked up. Because I really like this program, and it's unfortunate that that's what it's about.
It's like that. Like that's the part. That's the thing with me. Like I told you guys before we started recording. Like this feels like Death Note feels like a anime made like exactly for American audiences, and this movie this miniseries feels like something made for Japanese audiences.
I don't even know if it's made for Japanese audiences. I think it's made to get all audiences to bounce off of it.
But like, whenever I say that, I'm talking about like the fucking like the young girls like having upskirt shots and shit like that. Like that's like it's not like it's not the same conversation here. If we were like three Japanese guys talking right now. Yeah,
at every point, this show gladly takes any chance it can to be creepy.
That's what I say. It's like for a Japanese audience.
Anytime there's like some dead time and one of the women characters is next to the 12-year-old child, they will animate her molesting him. That's just so they just were like, there's a little bit of downtime. Let's have her pressure.
By volume, like 50% of this show is this kid getting molested.
Yeah, and you know. The first time you see something, uninitiated on screen, you think it's going to be like, and this is okay. So like, no matter what, even though you're pretty sure it's not going to do that. So like, just like to be like exposed to it constantly and having nobody address it.
Yeah.
At no point does anyone be like, hey, you and those two older girls. Yeah. You all right, kid? And it's like I think they're trying to do something on purpose there.
Yeah.
But I also feel like just the sheer volume of instances of it almost kind of feel like yes, they're trying to say something by like having. These moments where like characters are creeping on one another, especially the main character, but it's like you're taking so many chances to show that like you're almost getting away from yourself, and it's becoming like, oh, when do we throw in the next sexual assault bit?
Yeah.
And it's like I feel like you're getting away from yourselves here.
Like I don't know like what the like behind the scenes story is with this miniseries, because like. It kind of seems like they wanted to create a second season, but it also seems like absolutely perfect as... I don't want to talk about the end too much because I want to stretch out this conversation, but like the like I love the like I also had this take that I ran by Devin, who's like I talked to Devin earlier about some of the takes I was going to run by you guys.
Your brother.
Yeah, Devin's my brother on the podcast. We were going to have him on today to debate about this movie, but he was talking about you distracted me. Fuck you.
Well, while you're looking that up, I'll talk a tick about. You mentioned the, behind the scenes. I learned a tick about this. This is basically entirely Kazuya Tsurumaki's brainchild. He's like the main guy.
Dude, he knows more about this shit than I recommended it, dude. I don't know any shit about this.
I've lapped you 3 times
you
over.
fucking killed me on this shit. I don't know.
This whole show is essentially just he was working on Evangelion and like toying around with, if I get to make my own show, this is like some of the ideas I want to work with.
Yeah.
After they finished making Evangelion, he got basically a blank check from 2 different production companies to make whatever he wanted to.
Uh-huh.
And so this show is, as much as it is like, thematically coherent and about these big ideas that he's toying with, he's just throwing every single thing he likes into a show. He likes yellow Vespas, he likes old guitars, he likes robots, he likes weird sci-fi stories.
Yeah.
And so he's just throwing all that in because he's got a blank check and he's making the most of it.
Do you know if like he were they like offered a second season? Do you know if they like what the story was like after like the success of the story?
I don't know all the story. I do know that he has said often that like he's not interested in making any more Fooly Cooly, but I think he's like signed off on other people making.
Was he a part of that? Like I kind of like at a certain part of me, most of the parts of me refuse to watch that 2018 version because I'm just like, this is like
no
a very
way
like contained 6 episodes. Like it's so odd. And
Yeah, it
weird.
has like a finite conclusion.
Yes, and it's like it also like helps thematically that it's just 6 episodes because it feels like a Silent Hill the fog like contains the city and like you don't see any scenes outside of this fog like that kind of like strikes me and it's like you shouldn't have made that bullshit in 2018. Like I don't want to watch that, dude. I love this contained story. I want to like theorize on like what the iron building machine like plant means. I want to theorize like why Mamimi came or Raharu. What's her name?
Haruko,
something like that.
Haruko is her name. I don't know.
Whatever, but it's like I just love that's the entire thing about this. But like it would be so much better if they didn't make that because like this is like.
I think it still works as its own contained thing because we only have to talk about the 6 episodes at once.
Just imagine you're fucking like 10 years old. You're waking up at like 2:32 a.m. and you see this anime on. You just watch it for a little bit. And you're just like it's all about the animation and the vibes and like. I like it because of that. I just like the...
Next time my teacher asks me to go in a closet with her, I'm not going to say no.
What are you
this is great life advice.
If you watched this at 10 years old, you would come away with some very...
If you watch this at 10 years old, you're fucked up.
No,
bro, that would damage you a little bit.
This is like...
You can open yourself up to stranger danger.
What do you guys think about the music? Because like the music
is incredible.
It's kind of like overbearing, but in like a good way. It's like playing
it feels like it just saturates the whole show. The music by the Pillows, this Japanese alt band, and it's incredible the whole way through.
The version like I just feel like there's like I feel like I'm a weeboo for this take, but like if like the way they were playing the rock music like high energy rock music all the time is like. This scene doesn't deserve that. Maybe this isn't very good, but like because like it was like a Japanese song with a Japanese anime that was being very Japanese. It was like, fuck yeah, dude, Japan's awesome. It was like I kind of just like got the
this series, if you kind of like land with it and are appreciating all the animation and music and stuff, does make you like kind of fall in love with its own world a little bit. Yeah. It makes you want to visit this town.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the ending? Like, I haven't like watched this movie or this miniseries in forever, and like I didn't realize it like tied in as well as it did. I thought it was just like a vibe miniseries the entire time.
When the ending started, I thought I got what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think I even just like, you do see it? And you were like, no. And then like it kept going, and I was like, oh, I lost it.
So I've now read like 3 or 4 different kind of long write-ups about what different people think this show is about, and I won't be able to convey any of that, but thematically I think this series wraps up because it is basically about this kid, Naota, is that his name? Naota, trying to grow up and dealing with a couple different things. Mostly he is like trying to act like a mature adult while he's still a kid because like his brother's gone and he's fucked up about that.
Yeah.
And he's dealing with weird psychosexual issues because he's going through puberty and doesn't have like, I don't know, healthy examples.
Yeah.
And then that comes out in this weird set of sci-fi bullshit brought on by the character of Haruko Urahara.
And he wants to fuck her, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is the schoolgirl, is she homeless?
I saw that in the description. I didn't realize that. Did you see that?
She sleeps out by the bridge, you know?
I guess so. I think I don't think they ever like bring attention to it, but yeah, she's
because
like,
I know they were like making a point of like, hey, she's pretty fucked up, and that's why she dotes on this guy.
Yeah.
Like they tried to explain that in her character.
Yeah, I saw that description. I was like, yeah, maybe she just like goes home at night. Like I thought she was like another schoolgirl. She has like a clean
apparently she's like homeless and burns down buildings the whole time.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
What? Like, I just want to discuss. Like, I've seen this movie. Or fucking my mother.
This is why we need to stick to movies.
This is fun. It is a fun. We should have watched the Animatrix, bro. We'll watch the Animatrix eventually. Come on, bro. But there's so many things to like miss about this movie, or miss about this movie. I lost my train of thought.
I mean, it's so packed full of stuff. It's impossible.
But
to get
like, there's like so much like
you know?
bullshit around it. But there's like when they're talking, they're like dropping. What did you guys think about the South Park?
I thought
that was a good bit.
I thought that was like a little bit. Like,
yeah, the anime. I mean, you could tell they worked very hard on.
And
this.
they were like animation fans too. They like
this was a whole lot of people who really loved making this show.
Yeah.
Putting all of that creativity and passion into it.
They had two different sequences where they were just trying to make it look like manga panels.
Yes, dude, I love that too. It was like, what is she doing here?
According to it, I think I read some like behind the scenes story. Those were like the most difficult parts of the whole show to put in.
Yeah.
But the director, Suriyama, whatever his fucking name was, like absolutely insisted, you've got to get this in there. You've got to get this in there. Fuck you, make it happen. I think I have some.
Can I pause that? Go ahead.
So the other like real thematic through line, aside from the whatever shit I was talking about earlier, is like it's about each of these characters has issues and they deal with them by lying to themselves, right?
Yeah.
Naota like has issues with his dad and with his brother and with his, growing up, and he deals with that by pretending he's older than he is. If you notice, he's a 12-year-old who like acts disaffected and he pretends he's an adult. Mamimi or whatever has issues because her boyfriend, Naota's brother, left, and now she's like feels lost in the world, and she deals with that by smoking cigarettes. Every character has something going on like that, and I think the sort of arc of the show is mostly about Naota confronting that in himself and getting over it, and that happens through his relationship with Haruko, who may or may not be essentially like a Tyler Durden figure to him. Don't worry about that.
Dude, you got a take? You got a take about...
I'm stealing multiple other people's takes right now.
Let me hear it. Let me see.
Haruko Urahara probably isn't real, basically. She's kind of just a manifestation of the weird shit.
The alien girl, they say?
The alien girl, yeah. She's kind of just a manifestation of the weird shit Naota thinks being an adult and having sex is about, And she just sort of acts in a crazy way, and he has to deal with, do I think this is the right way to be a human being, or do I think this is how actual adults act around each other?
You took my brain so many places, I forgot what I was going to say. Do you have anything about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely what's going on. I was definitely impressed after the thought of the ending where he kind of... Because the organization that shows up halfway through the show that we're trying to prevent this. Because what's happening with him? The thing that the wound that the pink-haired girl gave him is eventually going to bring in the super evil Jesus robot that could destroy planets.
The Pirate King was the most power in the galaxy.
Yeah, just the MacGuffin creature, shall we say? And they're thinking she wants to use his power to destroy everything, And she's like, nah, I just like him. Like, I'm in love with him or whatever. Like, we learned that, like, the obsessiveness she has towards the character is manipulative and not, like, predatory, almost. Like, she's like, I just need to encourage you to keep going so I can find this guy.
Yeah.
And then in the end,
yes,
like, the organization's like, hey, you gotta stop her. However you do it, probably being eaten by your friend robot and turning powerful or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. But you'll notice is that at the end, he turns his back on the organization and he summons the Jesus robot, but instead of giving it to her, he just like sets it free. He just like makes it fuck off.
Yes, dude.
Initially I was confused at that because I was like, this could go one of two ways. He like, comes to his senses. Like I thought like that maybe her character was kind of like representing like the version of his life in which he does harden up, keep the path he was going, paving his own path and hurting all of his relationships and not like focusing on being himself and being a kid. All this. And so like it could go one of two ways where like it's like a dark ending where he joins her and becomes this powerful thing that like is very dangerous.
Oh yeah, he like got kidnapped and like, went with her. Yeah.
Or he takes the side of the organization, defeats her, but his decision to just kind of like give the middle finger to both groups kind of shows like more to your point, which is that like it's more about like getting over the kind of lies that you tell yourself. Because the moment he like stops fighting, right? The moment he's like, I'm not gonna try to be the adult here and make a decision from one side to the next, everyone just gives up on him. They're like, all right, we'll stop harassing you pretty much. Like all the bad stuff, like just kind of flows away. Like she keeps hunting for the thing. The organization has no reason to keep tabs on him anymore. It is a captivating ending. I just think the show itself is too.
It's too much, bro.
Like it's just like I think you could have gotten there.
The show could probably have gotten there without some of the weird shit.
Yes. The Nazis.
That was wild. Dude,
yeah,
like the dad's role in the relationship is insane.
It was so weird. He was like, "Fuck you, son. I want to fuck her. You don't get to fuck her. I get to fuck her." Yeah, he was like, the Nazi scene was so like. I don't know. Is there anything to make of that?
I mean, that's just like I think a thing that exists in most of East Asia is that they have
weird fascination.
Japan,
they have a disattached perspective on
fascism,
but also just like how they aesthetically view Nazism. Because in the West, it's like very taboo. It's like, oh my god. But in Japan, it's almost kind of like having the Empire from Star Wars. Like it's just like oh,
that sounds good.
The badass.
You
evil
sold
guys.
me actually right now.
So yeah, I mean it's distasteful to us, but to them they're just like trying to be like he's being cartoonishly evil.
Yeah. I also think that a lot of the shit that sort of grinds our gears and that we don't think needed to be in the show is the show's trying to throw us off balance the whole way through, right? It's trying to kind of keep us not able to find our feet with the story so that we are more open to the emotional context it's trying to give to us. And I don't know, it worked for me, I guess, after a fashion. I don't know if that's the best way to get where it wanted to go, but I don't think it failed in what it was trying to do.
Yeah, I'd say this was overall a good product. If, however, I didn't care for it at the end of the day.
I'm generally like decently, like when we watch the movies we watched for this podcast before, I've had like decent like movie takes, but for this movie, I'm just like, dude, you guys don't get it. It's the vibes. It's the vibes. You would love it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. No.
I
would like if I were like trying to be in your all's shoes, I would rate it like a 7 out of 10. For my because the animation is so good. It's the Evangelion fucking animators. Like the animation, you cannot deny that.
The animation the entire way through.
You cannot deny the music. you cannot deny if you were a 11-year-old watching this on Adult Swim at night and seeing like not the fucked up scenes, like the
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at my notes, but the scene where she was like the purple haired like underage girl was being possessed by a
big fucking robot out of her head
thing, and like the Jesus robot was fighting her. Like he like put her panties back on like while he was fighting her.
Yeah,
that was just a good
funny,
bro.
Were like, oh
that
my god!
Awesome.
I remember we were like, no, you can't do that.
You can't do that, but that was genuinely just a good gag.
Yeah, when he pushed it back, I was like, all right, I see what they're trying here, but good god.
Yeah, like this show, like overall, is like so fucking like.
Like I appreciate
you don't need
the
this
boldness.
sexuality, bro. Like,
right, I appreciate the balls.
Yeah.
To just be like, hey, we're gonna show a bunch of weird shit that's gonna mean more normal shit, but you just gotta like trust.
You gotta roll
us.
with us, man.
Yeah.
And I wound up trusting them.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like I don't know. It's just
it
doesn't speak to me. And to your point about vibes, like if I wanted to vibe, I would just smoke a joint and then watch anything.
Yeah.
Any movie is a 10 out of 10 vibes movie when you're high.
But
you know what I mean?
What about this? You say I would smoke a joint and I would watch anything. What if you were in 2005 and you just had the TV, you just had the tube, and this came on and you were just like, damn, this is like crazy. This isn't what I'm used to watching. It's like I kind of like this. This is fun.
2005. Hold on.
What was I doing?
Can I tap into a world knowledge of cable? I'll just switch to like
2005.
What were stoners? Were they watching Arrested Development?
Yeah.
Like what cable TV show did stoners love?
Our fucking Sonny started a little bit after that. Sonny's a little bit late after that. Actually, goddamn, we're old. We're young. And
I don't
old.
know. I'm not a
old as
TV
hell.
guy by trade.
Wait, how old are you?
What?
How old are you?
What's that?
How old are you? I'm 25.
This guy's 25. I'm 23 years old.
Yeah, I'm
4 years old in
I'm
2005.
fucking Uncle Adrian over here, dude. You guys are.
You got 2 years on.
You got 2 years on us.
You guys are
big
young.
2 years.
I'm Uncle Adrian over here.
Geezer. You rickety geezer.
This guy watched
Dude,
9/11.
my bones don't work like they used to. We're all over the place.
We're all. That's exactly right for this show.
Did we have an ending segment? I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
Well, one last thing about the ending, which is one of the like essay write-ups I read that I think I'm gonna send to both of y'all because I think you should read it, is making the case that the whole show is really about love. That's the whole fucking thing about it.
I heard it was about loneliness. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay. But so I think the end of the show kind of reinforces to me that it's about like dealing with how weird and fucked up and how much love does not make sense to any of us, but how it like has a really big impact on us and it affects us for the rest of our lives. And that's, to me, that's most you most get that with how Haruko, leaves and she and Naota never see each other again, and they like.
Wait, who? She and who? Oh, the brother?
No, the pink-haired lady and the 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Those two, like, they walk on separate paths. They sort of. He fell in love with her. She was manipulating him. It was a fucked up relationship, but there was, they held love between them, and that's shown. She takes his guitar and he takes her guitar at the end. Even though whatever fucked up things might have happened, they mattered to each other, and they're gonna carry that forward for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, she didn't care whatsoever that he like let the beast go. Like she was like, oh, I'm just gonna chase him now.
Exactly. She didn't really love him for like good or moral reasons. She was manipulating him the whole time, but even so, this relationship affected her. She had love in her heart for him, and she's gonna carry that forward with her. She's got a reminder of him attached to her and shit like that.
Yeah, he takes on that.
Man, sounds about right to me.
Let's pause. MacGregor said. Sorry. Didn't see you there. This is Adrian with MacGregor and Adrian's Movie Podcast. We're just here letting you know that we're sorry for the abrupt ending. We forgot to record an outro. It's mostly my fault, but it doesn't matter. Next week, MacGregor has decided to recommend Argyle and Madam Web from 2023. Should be a good time. He's trying to get me to swoon over my baby Sydney Sweeney once again. But yeah, join us
It's going to be, it's also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you like those, join us there. But it should be a good time. Thanks for listening.